Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Still in Turkey, as you can see from the YouTube TR. I just had a thought there. I was talking to my mate earlier on, and we were talking about like the Bible and God and all these kind of things. And it just come to me after we'd had the conversation, and he went back to the room, that in Turkey is the site of Noah's Ark at the top of Mount Ararat, which is in the east of the country, and it's 1,500 kilometers from where I am now. It would actually take 19 hours to drive from Antalya to Mount Ararat. Turkey is that big of a country. It would possibly take you 24 hours to drive from one side of Turkey to the other. So it's 18 hours away, Mount Ararat, from where I am. But we were talking about all this sort of Bible stuff, and then it just come to me like I'm literally in the country where like Noah's Ark is. And then that made me get to think as well, like this is a Muslim country now. It didn't used to be, but it is a Muslim country now. Yet they have the site of Noah's Ark. So a bit unbelievable in many ways. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is the Jedburgh King of Kubala, as we've mentioned many a time here. But he's back. He's back in full force here. So we've got the title of the video, Scottish Sun yet again, seem to be the main channel covering this. Jedburgh Kingdom of Kubala tribe. Immediate arrest warning. So let's see what's going down here with the King of Kubala and the handmaiden of missing persons.
Arrest if they breach a court order banning them from council land.
They been to court and they're asking for, interdict, and they're evicted from this land.
It is understood that Scottish Borders Council secured the special order against the so-called Kingdom of Kubala last week. The tribe, made up of King Kofi Ofe, 36, his wife Jane Gasho, 43, and their handmaiden, missing Texas woman Cora Taylor, 21, have been camped in woods near Jedburgh, Roxburghshire since May. An eviction order was granted earlier this month to remove the trio, but they mocked the order by moving 20 feet from private land to a council-owned plot.
Absolutely fucked them there, like absolutely fucked them with that move. But that's just really pissed them off. That's the problem. Like all you've done is really pissed them off with that move, because you've absolutely fucked them over. So they're coming for you hard now. To be honest, that's what's going to happen. They're going to come hard here.
Where they remained last night.
We've just had a visit from some sheriff officers and police officers. Were they asking you to leave the land?
I don't remember meeting any police officer or any sheriff. We just woke up and we came to sit under this beautiful tree.
A court hearing will take place later this week, where it is expected that interdicts banning them from private land will be granted. Last night, a source told how authorities are now sending them a clear message. The insider said, "It is very clear from this move that the gloves are off." The authorities are taking this seriously and sending them a clear message that this situation cannot continue. The sheriff granted a power of arrest last week, along with the order, so if they breach, they will be arrested straight away, and as this could have serious implications for them all.
Right, there's a bit coming up here. The reason I made this video is, well, because we've been covering the King of Kubala, and it's quite near to where I am, and when I get back, if I get time before all this beef goes down, I'll maybe try and get up there. But this is the bit that I thought was very poignant coming up in a minute.
They need to stop playing games, which is all they are doing. The time for them playing games is running out. An order to evict them from the council plot was granted last week, and it is understood that they will be removed in the coming days. On Thursday, the group laughed and burnt court papers that were issued to them by sheriff officers. We previously told how handmaiden Cora Taylor spoke out to claim she is not captive and told how she misses her baby daughter.
Cora, do you think you've been groomed as a youngster by this couple?
Oh wow, more people.
Do you think you've been groomed, Cora?
Were you trafficked to the UK?
I don't know anything about trafficking or even how it works or what that has to do with anything. Again, if I wanted to run away right now, you would see me running up this road. If I wanted to run away, I could even run further into those woods because, again, we live in the woods, so it's kind of hard to be held captive.
But she refused to answer if she...
I mean, she has got a point to all that. It's kind of hard to be held captive when she's out here on her own talking to the media. And she could just run off if she wanted to, really. I mean, it'd be more like an indoctrination. I suppose grooming is possibly a word, but like brainwashing. But even then, I'm not necessarily sure that that's the crack. Some people like to live free and in the wild and stuff, and maybe that's just her crack, and these people are doing it, and she likes the vibe. And who knows? Do you know what I mean? Who knows why people do things, but she seems fairly happy enough, and she's answering the questions, do you know what I mean? Anyhow, this still isn't why I made the video.
He had been groomed by the couple. At a full council meeting last week, local councillor and deputy council leader Scott Hamilton branded the group vile and blasted cops for not using a 150-year-old law to take...
Right, this is the interesting bit, right? They've called this group vile, right? Vile, which I thought was very harsh for the kind of minding their own business in the forest in many ways. Like, they're not really bothering many people, really. So I thought calling them vile was a bit harsh, but this next bit, it's unbelievable in consideration of the migrant crisis that we're currently suffering here in Britain.
Take action. Addressing senior police officers who attended the meeting, Mr. Hamilton said, "The situation in Jedburgh is wholly unacceptable."
Right, well, I could completely say that about the migrants, the amount of migrants, putting them all in 4- and 5-star hotels, giving them iPhones, giving them clothes, giving them all of this stuff at our expense. I would say that situation, the migrant situation, is wholly unacceptable.
I am still waiting for a written response from officers as to why police won't take further action.
And again, well, we're not taking action about these thousands and thousands of men who were coming here for what reason we don't know, who were in 4- and 5-star hotels, which is wholly unacceptable. But we're not really taking any action against that either, so there you go.
Why won't...
And I'll tell you now, I'm real more pissed off about the migrants than I am about the King of Jedburgh and the Kingdom of Kubala. I am really pissed off about the migrants, whereas I couldn't give two fucks really about 3 people camping in the woods. That isn't really costing me any money. These people aren't costing me a penny, so fair play to them. Do what you want in many ways. You're trying to pull all this shit on us like this is a problem when we've got thousands and thousands of foreign men coming over. Fucking, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous that the claim, like, wait, it's not finished yet.
Won't the police enforce the Trespass Act of 1865? The situation we have where a girl being called a handmaiden by a group asking for virgins to join them is not acceptable.
Well, I mean, that bit, maybe, you know what I mean? But I haven't seen that. I've never seen any of this joint virgins crack. This is, like, other than these people telling me this now, I've never heard that.
We have to ensure the law is enforced. The hate crime is legislation, and this should be available as the group have used TikTok to spread nothing but vile hatred and abuse to this country.
Right, that's the bit I thought funny. So apparently this group, who have done nothing but spread vile hatred and abuse to this country, right, who else has been doing something similar. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got three people camping in the woods, not really bothering anybody. Like, as a Britain as a whole, these people are bothering what 0.001% of all of Britain. Yet how many percent are the migrants pissing off and spread nothing but vile hatred and abuse to this country? So yeah, we've got migrants coming here who hate this country. We've got people in this country who hate this country. We've got thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And these people are trying to spread the hatred onto three people camping in the woods in Scotland. So it's bang out of order in many ways to me. Like, I mean, the people of Jedburgh might not quite agree with me, but in terms of a problem and how big a problem is, this is absolutely nothing. So it gets deeper. As we turn right here, we can see African tribes, Kubala king and queen pose risk to children, warns official docs. This is 1 day ago. And then we've got 2 hours ago here, shock moment, African tribe floors angry local with brutal punch. So it's absolutely escalated. Like, I mean, it's gone from we hate them, they're all dickheads, to they're all paedophiles, to we've been floored by them. It's like I can't quite understand how it's gone this time. So I don't know if you want to go to they pose a risk or the flooring. So I'm kind of wanting to go with the flooring, to be honest. So let's go with the flooring.
A Kubala tribe handmaiden floored an angry local with a vicious punch following a rammy at the group's illegal camp. Footage showed Cora Taylor, 21, landing a right hook after a woman aggressively confronted the group inside their tent. The foul-mouthed woman's hair flew into the air as she was knocked to the ground by the blow which came after she verbally abused the controversial trio. The tribe, made up of King Kofi Ofe,
I mean, she's got some balls doing the scotching, like the Scotch lover fight.
36, his wife Jane Gashel, 43, and Texan woman Cora have been camping illegally in woods near Jedburgh, Roxburghshire.
I mean, the thing is with youth as well, you're a lot more likely to throw a punch when you're young, really is the crack. Less wisdom, less thought of the ramifications. Like, you don't really mess with young people, they will throw a punch at you. So that's happened. I mean, is this where they're staying? What's this big building? I need to know the area if I go up there. I need to know where they are.
Since May. But just hours after a sheriff issued a fresh order telling them to move on, a fight broke out between locals and the handmaiden, forcing cops to swoop. It is understood no arrests were made. An eyewitness said the group were sitting in their tent cooking food, and then a bunch of locals appeared. One woman was being aggressive and calling them "ke." She made to grab a phone off one of them, and that's when she was hit and sent to the ground. The punch seemed to rattle the group because they left soon after. Then a police van came flying down the road. They went in and spoke with Cora, but left soon after. Court action was previously taken by lawyers representing landowner David and Mary Palmer, who had the group evicted from their woodland last month. But the trio mocked this order by climbing a fence just 20 feet away and set up camp on council land. The case was back in Jedburgh Sheriff Court yesterday, where their lawyer, Connor McConnell, told the court the written warrant and interim interdict were served last week. The defenders have not appeared today. I am now seeking an immediate extract with expenses. Last week...
Ah, bollocks. I'll probably be in Turkey when they're getting evicted here. I could have went up and witnessed the scenes. Hold off a week here, hold off a week. Jedburgh, fucking Kubala here, Kubala. Stand strong for another week.
The group laughed and burnt court papers that were issued to them by sheriff officers. We previously told how official papers state that Ofi and Gashel pose a serious risk to kids. We also told how they were involved in a rammy involving knives. In an exclusive interview, their
What the fuck's a rammy? What the fuck's a rammy? That's new to me.
handmaiden Cora spoke out to claim she is not captive and told how she misses her baby daughter. But she refused to answer if she had been groomed by the couple. A spokesperson for Scottish Borders Council said, the next step will be to instruct sheriff officers to remove the occupants from council land.
So that's the scenes here. So we've had apparently they're all paedophiles now and asking for virgins. I don't know whether that's true or it's just the media and the government demonizing them so people hate them. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, the government is very, very capable of demonizing people here, as we know, with the right wing and calling us all far right wing, etc., etc. This is obvious to anybody with the brain at this point that the government and the police and the media will demonize you if you do not agree with them. So, yeah, the plot thickens with the King of Jedburgh and Kubala here. There's been a fight. There's been a fight. It's escalating here. We've got tensions. So it would be real good to go up and check this out, to be honest. I'm hoping they can hold off another week or so, the Kubala, and I can maybe get up there and get some of the scenes. I'll even go and talk to them, like, I've got no beef, do you know what I mean? No beef from me. I'll sit with them and smoke the peace pipe of Kubala here every day of the week. So we'll leave it there. But that's the news. That's the news from Kubala, UK. We'll leave it there. Peace.